All right, my friends, we're looking at some additional practice here for lesson 2.16, looking at these two variable inequalities. This is in Kami, so you can use these tools over here on the left, and then when you're done, make sure to hit turn in the top right corner. Here's the graph of y is less than or equal to 6 minus 2x. Select all the points that are solutions. So notice we have less than or equal to, so we have that solid line. So points on the line are also solutions. The first one we see is 0, 0, which is definitely a solution in that shaded region. -1 for x, 2 for y gets us this coordinate, also in the shaded region. 1, 2 right here, also in that shaded region. And then we go 3, 4. So x is 3, up 4, not in the shaded region. And the last one is 5, 4. So we start at 0, go right 5, up 4, also not a solution. So we just want to select those first 3 there and practice plotting those points too. Make sure you feel nice and comfy with that. And then scroll down to number 2. This says Josephine is selling tickets to a school play at their school. Her goal is to sell more than $227 worth of tickets. Student tickets, S, are $6 each, and adult tickets, A, are $10 each. So which inequality represents the number of tickets that Josephine could sell? So we have a student ticket is $6. So we have 6S to represent all the money that we make from student tickets. Adult tickets, A, are $10. So we add 10A. And we want this to be more or greater than 227. So we have 6S plus 10A greater than 227 gets us option B. And part 3 says, is S equals 15 and A equals 14 a reasonable solution? I think that's, that's a solid amount of tickets. I think it's possible to sell 15 students, 14 adults. So let's make sure it works. So we have 6 times 15 plus 10 times 14. And we're hoping that's bigger than 227. Let me go to my calculator. So we have 6 times 15, I think is 90. Yep. Plus 10 times 14 is 140. And 90 plus 140 is 230. Oh, perfect. And yeah, 230 is bigger than 227 just by a little bit. So that would be definitely a reasonable solution, just over the goal. Beautiful. Scroll down. Problems 4 through 5. Frederick and Anna have a lawn care service. They both use a lawnmower for less than 75 minutes when mowing a customer's lawn. Now it says F represents the number of minutes for Frederick, and A is the number of minutes for Annie. Write an inequality to represent all the ways Frederick and Annie could share the time that they have this lawnmower. So we have all the time for Frederick plus all the time that Anna uses it, and we know that that's going to be, we look right here, less than 75. So what is the solution? I want you to figure this one out on your own. That would work for how many minutes Frederick did the lawn and how many minutes Anna did the lawn. And if you add them together, it has to be less than 75. So explain your thinking there and find a solution that would work for that inequality. And then we have just one more question here, question number 6, that says, Isla is buying books at a local bookshop. She has exactly $52.50 left on her gift card. She likes mystery and fantasy books. A mystery book costs $12.50. And a fantasy book costs $14.25. This inequality represents the number of mystery books, 1250 M, plus fantasy books, 1425F that she can buy so that it's less than or no more than 5250. So less than or equal to 5250. And the question says, can she buy 2 mystery books and 2 fantasy books with that price criteria of 5250? So to test it out, we would take 1250, multiply it by 2, and then we're going to add our 1425 and multiply that by 2, right? And we're wondering if that's less than or equal to 5250. So in my calculator, we have 1250 times 2 is 25. So she's spending $25 on mystery books. 1425 times 2 is 2850. And when we add 25 plus 2850, we get 5350. Ooh, a little too much. I'll write this over here. So 5350 is not less than or equal to 5250. So this would not work. It would be $1 too much. Make sure you're taking all your notes here, and then you're hitting turn in the top right corner when you are finished. Hopefully you're feeling good about finding solutions and inequalities on a graph or by using the equation. Take care, my friends. I know this was a short one. See you in the next video.